Don't be a wholesaler if. Guys, most people aren't meant to get into wholesaling real estate. And frankly, most people aren't cut out to become wholesalers when it comes to getting into wholesaling real estate and flipping contracts on real estate. Frankly, most people aren't even fit to be entrepreneurs. But what I want to do today is explain why most people shouldn't be in real estate wholesaling. And honestly, in my opinion, wholesaling real estate is the fastest, most effective, and best way to become a millionaire in under a year, regardless of how much money you have. It's the best side hustle. It is the best career path. Anything, wholesaling real estate is the key to financial freedom for everyone. But in my humble opinion, I don't think most people have the traits or the characteristics to start getting to it. It takes a certain individual to want to change their life. It takes a certain individual to take a risk, to go out here and meet with a seller and get a $10, $15, $20, $25,000 check in wholesaling real estate. It takes a special type of person. And there's really 5 key questions you have to ask yourself if you want to get into real estate wholesaling. And if you ask yourself these 5 questions and you can know that you are these traits or you are not these traits, I can tell you straight up if you have what it takes to get into wholesaling real estate and if you should actually get into it. Guys, my name is Zach Ginn. I'm 23 years old. And for the past 5+ years, I've done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals. I run a $1 million+ real estate wholesaling operation in Florida and all over the entire world in virtual wholesaling real estate. And I'm the #1 educator when it comes to active students teaching real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. That is what I do. And from talking to hundreds of thousands of people when it comes to wholesaling real estate, I can really, if anyone wants to come to me and say, Zach, do I have what it takes to be a good wholesaler? Should I start wholesaling? I only have to ask them really 5 key questions, and I can know exactly if they're willing to do what it takes to become a great wholesaler. Number 1, if you are lazy, you are not going to be a good wholesaler, and you should not do wholesaling real estate. Guys, wholesaling real estate will give you more riches than you can ever imagine. And I'm telling you, working hard, I think, is a very subjective term because if you work really hard for 10 to 15 hours during a week, that 10 to 15 hours is going to be equivalent for the average person working 40, 50, 60 hours. Hard work, dedication, and consistency is going to be a key for a lot of people to actually find these deals and sell them for massive profits for wholesaling real estate. I truly believe so many wholesalers really think they work hard when it's actually grind time and they're ready to put down their head and start grinding. That's when you really know if you have what it takes. Because everyone that is really successful, people making the first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate, they all had to work hard to get there. So there's no excuse of not having to work hard. So if you don't want to work hard, you're going to suck at wholesaling. Number 2 here, and this is a really big one. If you are not an action taker, if you are not driven, you will not be successful. Every single millionaire I have met through wholesaling real estate that has actually became a millionaire from wholesaling and that makes hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month, and people that get their first, second, third, fourth, fifth deal, they were all driven to do that. They were all driven to work hard, like the previous question. If you are not a driven individual, if you do not have a drive, a want, a need to become a better person, a better human being, to help your life, your family, your financial future, you are not meant to be a wholesaler. You are meant to work a job. That's why we have a boss. That's why the big leaders, that's why they get paid the big bucks, because the leaders are supposed to drive us and drive the employees. So if the person on the top, which is supposed to be you, if you are not driven, because you got to whoop your own butt. I could tell you on multiple occasions when I was trying to get my first real estate wholesaling deal, I had to whoop my butt to get up at 4 a.m. to start putting out bandit signs. I had to whoop my own butt to go on these appointments. I had to whoop my own butt to get better. I had to whoop my own butt to start cold calling. If you're not willing to quote unquote whoop your own butt, and if you are not driven, you are not meant for wholesaling real estate success. Number 3 here, if you make excuses, if you are not accountable, you will not be successful in this business. And I hate to say it, this is a cold, hard truth, but accountability is going to be so critical for your success. If you're the type of person that always makes excuses, it's always somebody's fault why you're not successful in life. It's this one thing that's stopping me from my success. You're most likely not going to be a good wholesaler. Yes, life and wholesaling real estate issues are going to come, but it's how you deal with that issue which is going to be more important than the actual issue itself. If you cold call 1,000 sellers and they all say no, yes, it does take some brains to be like, wait, am I cold calling the wrong list? But if you're saying that cold calling is the worst thing ever and you're making excuses why you can't cold call today, and that means you're not working hard, it's going to stop. These 5 questions are a base for your wholesaling success. If you're making excuses, then most likely you're not driven. And if you're not driven, you're not going to be working hard. This is all like a domino effect. If you do not have these 5 key fundamentals in wholesaling real estate, you are not meant to be a success as a beginner. And there's nothing wrong with not having the stuff. You are just probably meant to work a regular job and live a regular life, and that is okay. But I'm trying to speak to the people that want more out of their life. They want to make more money than they can ever possibly imagine. They want to treat their family financially in the way that no one else could in their own family. And they want to have the most important thing in life, which is time freedom. In wholesaling real estate, you're able to have all these things, but it all comes at a cost. Being driven, hard work, you're going to have to go through some pain and suffering, but at the other end of this, there's so many riches to be done. Number 4 here, being impatient. And I think this is a huge one. And this is one a lot of real estate agents and realtors actually understand, but not a lot of wholesalers. If you're impatient, you might see me do a YouTube video and show you a $40, $50, $60, $70,000 real estate wholesaling check. And yes, I know it's a sexy check. It's great. It's amazing. But if you're expecting to start wholesaling real estate, start learning on Monday, and then on a Wednesday, you're expecting a big check, or in a month, you're expecting a big check, it's most likely not going to happen. Now, I got lucky. My first month in wholesaling real estate, I got a $25,000 assignment check at 17 years old. But for most people, you don't get that lucky. I made $100,000 before I ended high school with wholesaling real estate, but I had to work my butt getting there. And I had to get better every single month doing this. If you're just expecting that get quick rich scheme, that is not what this is. Every single time you hear a scheme where you're going to make a ton of money in a short amount of time and it costs nothing or very little, just understand most of it's a scam. And when you hear somebody talk about in real estate that you can make all this money super quick and there's like no downsides, it should be a scam. And I get the way a lot of real estate influencers and gurus talk about wholesaling, it seems like a scam. But here's the truth. There's going to be months where you don't get paid starting out in wholesaling real estate. Heck, there's people that take 7, 8, 9 months before they get their first real estate wholesaling deal. Your local guru is not going to say it when they want a $10,000 check from you. This is why I teach real estate wholesaling for free, so you have the best advantage possible. But this is not a get quick money thing. If you get really good your first month, most likely for the average wholesaler, you'll get your first check within 2 or 3 months. And for a lot of people, they can't stomach that. And if you think you're going to just make all this money super quick, it's not going to happen. You're just going to get better every single month, and it's going to compound. So if you can consistently start making $1,000 a month, maybe next year you can start getting at $10,000 a month, then $100,000 a month. It adds up over time, and it's really, really cool. But the honest truth is you are not going to get all this money super, super quick. You might get a property under contract, and then you have to wait a month, and then boom, you get the closing done. But it's not like a regular stable job where it pays you every single week. The best that I can do running a wholesaling operation that does hundreds of thousands of dollars every month in profit is that every month we have deals coming through, and I get paid pretty much every single week with a different closing. But I had to dedicate and grind and whoop my own butt for 5+ years, dedicating 12-hour days for 3+ years straight before I can even fathom having checks like that. It takes a lot of work, guys. Think of the most successful people in life right now. Think of the most successful athlete or mentor you could ever imagine. They all had to put in their work. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tom Brady. They all had to work their butts off before you saw the big money paydays. And this really begs the question, do you think you're better than LeBron? Do you think you're better than Kobe or Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan pretty much had to wait 10 to 15 years before he started picking up a basketball, before he got his first paycheck, and it wasn't even millions. Pretty much it took him 2 decades to really get to the huge money that you're expecting really quick, that most people think. It takes decades and decades and decades of actually building up that skill before you start getting tens of millions of dollars. You might see the guru with the Lamborghini, the boat, the watch, but just understand most of this stuff's rented. It's not real. The money in the rentals I make, it's a good amount of money, but it took me a very long time to do it. You can get rich in wholesaling real estate, but it's going to take time to do it. But the best part about that it's legitimate, it's not going away, and it's a tried and true system that's been done for hundreds of years in the United States of America. Yes, wholesaling can get you rich, but it's going to take some time. Last but not least here, if you are not open-minded, you will fail in wholesaling real estate. What I mean by this, if you have a closed mind, if you are not accepting of other people's knowledge or new tactics, you will be like Blockbuster. You will go out of business. If the real estate wholesaling landscape or market changes and you're not willing to learn from other people, if you are not willing to look at the actual landscape and see what's working, what's not working, and be open-minded to others in your community, you're going to fail. This is what happened the last time real estate crashed. When real estate crashed and you had to shift to other type of marketing strategies, you could find out what the successful people are doing. They were telling you what to do absolutely for free, and you could have shifted. Or if you decided not to change, your business is just going to go out of business. You know, here on Flip with Rick, me and Rick have over 25+ years of experience, and we've combined have been through crazy real estate crashes before. We know exactly what to do and how you can change as a wholesaler so you can adapt for success. The problem is you can hear what I say, but you have to take the actions of what I say. So when I tell you that probates and government lists and reverse trying for dollar works really well right now, and you decide to go do a crazy list of guru tells you and you fail, don't blame blame me. I can only give you information I know for a fact that's going to help you. I don't want your money. I'm not here to sell you a crazy course or program. I just want to give you free, honest wholesaling advice that I got starting out that I wish I can give to the world now. But the truth is, guys, if you're lazy, you are not going to be successful. If you're not driven, if you're not an action taker, you won't be successful. If you constantly make excuses, if you're impatient and you want to get rich quick, and if you're super closed-minded and you're not willing to learn from others, you're probably not cut out for wholesaling. You're cut out for a job, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I just wanted to stop a lot of people who knew they were some of those things, and they're probably not cut out for this business. But if you're watching this right now and you're telling yourself, hey, I'm a driven individual. I'm willing to work my butt off. I will not make excuses. I will stay accountable to myself. I'm willing to be patient, and I will keep my mind open and learn from other wholesalers that are successful before me. You've came to the right place. You are right now on the cusp of something great in your life right now, wanting to get into real estate wholesaling. There are so many individuals that have made millions and millions of dollars in wholesaling real estate that decided to make that change and get started. Guys, if you go to my free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, you'll see so many testimonials of people getting into wholesaling, learning from my free real estate course. Guys, there's no way you can actually pay me to get this information. Literally, you click, you log in, and boom, it's free. There's no way for you to put a credit card or anything in there. It's absolutely for free. So many people did this. So many people got their first deal and changed their life forever. They didn't have to work a job. They got to take care of their family. They got to retire their mom. And they got to finally get the freedom with their kids and family that they've always dreamed of and not working a dreaded job. And most importantly, they were able to create passive income to help them and their generations for the future. Now, I know this stuff sounds really sexy and like a guru, but it's going to take hard work. And if you're willing to make a ton of money in wholesaling real estate and put that into passive income and invest your money right, you never have to worry about money for the rest of your life. Guys, I can humbly tell you at 23 years old right now, I don't have to worry about money for the rest of my life. I always have money coming in. My mom is taken care of. My family is taken care of. And my future kids and dogs are always taken care of. But I had to sacrifice so much blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. And I'm only a man sitting behind you on this camera right now telling you, if you want to get to that point, you're going to have to work your butt off. But if you're willing to do it, you have come to the right place. I want to work with you. I want to help you out. And I want to do it absolutely for free. My dad taught me this business absolutely for free, where most people had to charge $10,000, $15,000, $30,000 to start this business. And it changed everything for me. And now I want to give that opportunity that I had afforded to myself to you on this YouTube channel. So guys, I do over 4+ live streams every single week on this Flip with Work YouTube channel. And I do personal free one-on-one calls. Go to freewholesaling.com, sign up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to get access to my free one-on-one calls you'll see on the live streams. Start my 30-day wholesaling challenge, which is at the blast module at freewholesaling.com, and let's get to work. I'm ready to teach you wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. I'm super excited. I know you have what it takes. You just got to put in the work. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you got any value from this video. Go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you guys soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.